XFL fantasy football is right around the corner. Mike Mitchell has his player rankings by position, so we're hopeful that, haven't heard just yet, but we got the league just kicking off just days away, and we're waiting to hear from DraftKings as it comes to fantasy football. You can also go to play fantasy football on newshubfantasy.com is one place. Also, that's Alt Football Fantasy is the other one. Where is it called? Where is it? Yeah, there's another. That's the other one too. Plus, you can check out outlets like runthesims.com to get your player behind the scenes data to use for your DraftKings stuff. Remember, use the promo code NewsHub for Run the Sims, and you can get all the data that you need. We don't know what the deal is with Sports Radar. They were the ones that kind of had done it in the past. But we don't know who is going to be the data provider for the XFL. But we do know that you can play fantasy football on newshubfantasy.com. There's also altfantasysports.com. That's the other one too. So those are where you can play. Those Run the Sims, where you can get 10% off by using the promo code NewsHub, where you can get your data analytics stuff to help you figure out your lineups and play DFS and DraftKings or whatever. So here's Mike Mitchell's fantasy football rankings for 2023. So at quarterback, number 1, he's got Jordan Ta'amu, DC Defenders. 2, Ben DiNucci, Seattle Sea Dragons. 3, Kyle Sloter, Arlington Renegades. 4, Brett Huntley. Surprised Huntley didn't go higher. He's with the Vegas Vipers. 5, Brendan Silvers, Houston Roughnecks. Reed Sinnett, San Antonio Brahmas. AJ McCarron with the St. Louis Battlehawks, and Paxton Lynch are your Orlando Guardians. Now, granted, all of this can change after the first week, but this is just kind of week 1. There's guys like Luis Perez, Drew Plitt, Cole McDonald, Steve Montez, Jack Cohen, De'Ara King, and DeAndre Francois. Those are guys that could potentially be starters. If you remember the XFL in 2020, the teams played by week 3, you had different quarterbacks. DC Defenders had a different quarterback. Seattle had a different quarterback. So this could definitely happen in this league. But just to start, those are your quarterbacks. If you go down the line, what are you talking about? Running backs? Well, the number 1 overall pick, Abram Smith of the DC Defenders. Jaquez Patrick, San Antonio Brahmas, played a lot, was definitely on a lot of practice squads. I believe the Cincinnati Bengals for a lot. Mateo Durant, St. Louis Battlehawks. Number 4, Adrian Killens, Arlington Renegades. John Lovett, Vegas Vipers at number 5. Jahab Maine Martin, Orlando Guardians. Dejoun Lee, Houston Roughnecks. TJ Hammonds, Seattle Sea Dragons. Devon Smith, Arlington Renegades at number 9. Puka Williams, DC Defenders, that can also play wide receiver. 11, Keith Ford, Arlington Renegades. 12, Max Borgani, Houston Roughnecks. 13, Devin Darrington, Orlando Guardians. 14, Brian Hill, St. Louis Battlehawks. 15, Nick Holley, also could play wide receiver. Raquel Armstead, DC Defenders. At 17, Brycene Aileen, Houston Roughnecks. Number 18, Brendan Knox, Seattle Sea Dragons. Number 19, Kalen Ballage, San Antonio Brahmas. You'd think that he would be on a little bit higher. 20, DeAndre Torrey, Vegas Vipers. John Hillman, Brahmas. Kareem Walker, Battlehawks. Artavis Pierce, the Defenders. Rod Smith at 24, Vegas Vipers. And finally, Morgan Ellison, Seattle Sea Dragons at number 25. But again, we don't know this is early on. We don't know what the depth charts are, but these are just kind of guys to put on your radar that you'll be drafting in your fantasy football league, or guys that you need to look at when it comes to playing DFS, DraftKings, and doing a little gambling. Wide receivers. This one we've been hearing a lot about. Our guy Pat Ruffino has been talking about him a lot. Marcel Aitman, St. Louis Battlehawks, very high on him. Charleston Rambo, Orlando Guardians. Josh Gordon, of course, you know him from the Dragons. Jeff Badette, Vipers. Cedric Bird, Roughnecks. DeAndre Burnett, Roughnecks. Jordan Smallwood, Renegades. Juwan Green, Dragons. Jalen Tolliver, San Antonio Brahmas. Remember that name from last go-round. 10, Dejon Pearson, Seattle Sea Dragons. 11, Darius Shepard, Battlehawks. Jaquez Izard, Defenders. Josh Hammond, Defenders. And Lucky Jackson, Defenders. Those 3 Defenders, 12, 13, 14. John Trey Kirkland, Roughnecks, Martavis Bryant, all the way down to number 16 for the Vegas Vipers. And his teammate, I believe, Eli Rogers, Orlando Guardians. Did they play at the same time with the Steelers? Hakeem Butler as Battlehawks. He's also a tight end. Matthew Sexton, Vipers. Number 20, Brandon Arcondo, Arlington Renegades. Number 21, Travis Johnson, Brahmas. Andrew Jamil, Fan Control Football League at number 22 at the Guardians. Lujuan Winningham for the Renegades. 24, Chad Hansen, VC Defenders. Austin Prohl, all the way down. His dad is the wide receivers coach. He's all the way down at number 25 for the Battlehawks. Josh Malone, Defenders. Rennell Hall, Renegades. Tyler Vaughn's Renegades. Darius Robinson, Brahmas. Blake Jackson, Seattle Sea Dragons. Justin Smith at number 31 for the Houston Roughnecks. 32, Fred Brown, San Antonio Brahmas. Geronimo Allison of the Vipers. He's way down there. Dantes Bird, 34 for the Guardians. And finally, Damon Willis for your Seattle Sea Dragons at number 35. Get the full details on write-up of all these guys with Mike Mitchell on XFL News Hub. We're just going through the names. And finally, tight end Sal Cannella. Arlington Renegades, Jordan Thomas, Battlehawks, Briley Moore, Defenders. Cannella was the best tight end in the USFL. Garrett Owens, Roughnecks, also plays fullback. Giovanni Haskins for Battlehawks, could play wide receiver. Leals Mack, Brahmas. Cody Latimer, Guardians. Sean Price, Vipers. Brendan Dillon, Vipers. Charlie Tampiano for the Seattle Sea Dragons, might be playing fullback. Sean Byer, Renegades. And Jamal Pettigrew, San Antonio Brahmas at 12. Those are your tight ends to look at. Kickers, Hunter Duplessis from the Roughnecks. Matthew McCrane, Defenders. Taylor Russolino, Renegades. Jose Borgales, Guardians. Dominic Eberly for the Dragons. Donnie Hagman, Battlehawks. John Parker Romo, Brahmas. And Bailey Giffen for the Vipers. And those are your kickers. He's got defense. Roughnecks, Renegades, Defenders, Vipers, Brahmas, Sea Dragons, Battlehawks, Guardians at number 8. Though this is a lot and things can change. We don't know the depth charts right now, but there gives you an idea of Mike Mitchell's top fantasy players for the XFL in the 2023 season. Do you agree? Is he missing anybody's name? We'll just have to let us know in the comments because we're days away, my friends, days away from XFL kickoff.